Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there in the first place? Or struggled to remember the name of someone you just met? It happens to all of us. But as we get older, those little lapses in memory can feel a bit more frustrating. You might even start wondering, is this just normal aging, or is my memory really slipping? The good news is that keeping your brain sharp doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, with a few simple daily activities, you can strengthen your memory, boost your focus, and keep your mind as sharp as ever, no matter your age. Our brains are like muscles. They need exercise, stimulation, and care to stay in top shape. If we stop using them, they weaken over time. But if we challenge them, nourish them, and give them the right kind of attention, they can remain strong and even improve. Today, I want to share 5 brain-boosting activities that can help you maintain a sharp memory after 60. These aren't complex tricks or medical interventions, just simple, enjoyable habits that can make a huge difference in how you think, remember, and process information every single day. Let's start with something that may surprise you: learning something new. It's easy to think that education is for the young, but in reality, our brains thrive when they are challenged with new information. Think about it. When was the last time you truly learned something brand new? Maybe it was a new language, a musical instrument, or even just a different way to cook your favorite meal. Learning forces our brains to create new connections, strengthening the neural pathways that keep our memory sharp. I once met a woman named Margaret, a retired school teacher who had always loved classical music but had never played an instrument. At 68, she decided to take up the piano. At first, she struggled. Her fingers weren't as fast as they used to be, and reading sheet music felt overwhelming. But after a few months of practice, something incredible happened. Not only did she start playing her favorite songs, but she also noticed that her memory was improving in other areas of her life. She remembered appointments more easily, had quicker recall during conversations, and even found herself feeling more engaged and alert in daily activities. The process of learning something new had literally rewired her brain. The best part? You don't have to take up an instrument if that's not your thing. You could try painting, knitting, writing poetry, or even tackling a new hobby like bird watching or gardening. If you've ever been curious about a subject, now is the perfect time to dive in. Online courses, local classes, and even books from the library can open up a world of learning. The key is to challenge your mind in a way that excites you. When you push yourself outside your comfort zone, your brain responds by growing stronger. Another powerful way to keep your mind sharp is through movement. Yes, that's right. Physical exercise isn't just good for your body, it's essential for your brain. When you move, you increase blood flow to your brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that help with memory, focus, and the mental clarity. Even something as simple as a brisk 20-minute walk can make a difference. I remember a gentleman named Robert, who had been an avid reader his whole life. He loved books, but in recent years, he found it harder to focus and retain what he read. His doctor suggested regular walks, and at first, he was skeptical. "How is walking going to help my brain?" he asked. But after just a few weeks of daily walks, he started noticing something incredible. His concentration improved, he could recall details from books more easily, and he felt more mentally energized throughout the day. You don't have to become a marathon runner or hit the gym every morning. Simply find a way to move that feels good to you. Maybe it's dancing in your living room, doing some light stretching, or even gardening. The key is consistency, moving your body every day in some way. Not only will your brain thank you, but you'll also feel more energized, balanced, and ready to take on whatever the day brings. And speaking of movement, there's one more activity that engages both the body and the mind in a unique way: socializing. When we interact with others, we stimulate our brains in ways that no other activity can. Conversations require us to listen, think, and respond, all in real time. That keeps our minds engaged and strengthens our ability to recall information. Think about the last time you had a really great conversation with an old friend, or even a new acquaintance. Maybe you shared stories from your past, laughed about a funny memory, or debated an interesting topic. Every time you engage in a meaningful conversation, you're giving your brain a workout. That's why it's so important to stay socially active, whether that means joining a club, calling a friend, or even chatting with your neighbors. Now, some people say, well, I don't have many people to talk to anymore. And I get it. Social circles can change over time, but that doesn't mean you have to be isolated. There are so many ways to connect, from community events to online groups where people with similar interests come together. Even something as simple as striking up a conversation with the cashier at the grocery store can brighten your day and give your mind a little boost. Your brain is a powerful tool, and the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every new thing you learn, every step you take, every conversation you engage in is an opportunity to keep your mind active and thriving. There's no secret formula, just simple, intentional choices that add up over time. One of the most incredible things about the brain is its ability to change and adapt at any age. Science calls this neuroplasticity, but all that really means is that your brain can keep forming new connections and strengthening old ones if you give it the right stimulation. And that brings us to another powerful way to boost memory and keep your mind sharp: puzzles and mental challenges. Think of your brain like a garden. If you don't tend to it, weeds start to take over. But when you water it, plant new seeds, and give it attention, it flourishes. Mental exercises work the same way. The more you challenge your brain, the stronger and sharper it stays. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, chess, memory games, these are all fantastic ways to give your brain a workout. But it doesn't have to be complicated. Even something as simple as trying to remember a grocery list without writing it down or doing math in your head instead of using a calculator can give your brain the push it needs. I once knew a woman named Helen who swore by her daily word search puzzles. She said it was her secret to keeping her mind quick and her memory sharp. Every morning with her coffee, she'd sit down and challenge herself. Over time, she noticed that she could recall names, numbers, and small details much faster than before. It was like her brain had gotten fitter just from that simple daily habit. And here's something interesting. Learning to use your non-dominant hand for small tasks can also give your brain a boost. Try brushing your teeth or eating with the opposite hand. It may feel awkward at first, but that's the point. It forces your brain to work in a new way, strengthening neural pathways that keep your memory and coordination sharp. Now, while puzzles and mental challenges are great, there's another powerful tool that often gets overlooked: music. Have you ever heard a song from decades ago and instantly remembered where you were and what you were doing when you first heard it? That's because music activates multiple areas of the brain at once, including those linked to memory and emotions. Listening to music, playing an instrument, or even singing along to your favorite songs can do wonders for your brain health. Music therapy is even used for people with memory loss because it has a unique way of unlocking memories and emotions. If you've ever felt a wave of nostalgia hit you when an old favorite song comes on the radio, you've experienced this firsthand. And it's not just listening. Playing an instrument, dancing, or even just tapping your fingers to the beat can activate different parts of your brain. A simple way to start is by making music a part of your daily routine. Play background music while you cook, sing while doing household chores, or take a few moments to truly listen to a song you love and let it transport you. One of the most inspiring stories I've ever heard was about a man named Joe who picked up the harmonica at 72. He had never played an instrument before, but he always loved music. Within a few months, he was playing simple tunes, and he swore that he felt more alert, more focused, and even more energetic than he had in years. It just goes to show, our brains are always ready to learn and grow, no matter how old we are. So far, we've talked about learning new things, staying physically active, socializing, doing mental exercises, and engaging with music. But there's one more brain-boosting activity that ties everything together. Something so simple yet so powerful that most people overlook it: mindfulness and relaxation. Many people don't realize this, but stress is one of the biggest enemies of memory and brain function. When we're stressed, our bodies produce a hormone called cortisol, which, in high amounts, can actually damage the part of the brain responsible for memory. Ever noticed how, when you're anxious, you forget things more easily? That's not just in your head. It's a real biological response. That's why taking time to relax, breathe, and be present is so important. Mindfulness isn't about sitting cross-legged on the floor and meditating for hours. It's about taking small moments in the day to slow down and be aware of the present. A great way to do this is through deep breathing exercises. Try this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. Do this a few times, and you'll feel your body relax almost instantly. Another simple practice, just taking a quiet walk without distractions. No phone, no music, just you and the sounds of nature. Pay attention to the colors around you, the feeling of the breeze, the sound of the birds. These small moments of mindfulness help calm the brain, improve focus, and reduce stress, all of which protect memory and mental clarity. And here's something fascinating. Research shows that people who take time each day to relax and practice mindfulness have lower risks of memory decline later in life. It's all about balance. Stimulating your brain with learning, movement, socializing, puzzles, and music is important, but so is giving it time to rest and recharge. Think of it like this. Your brain is like a battery. You have to use it, but you also have to recharge it. Every small step you take today to care for your mind will pay off in the years to come. It's never too late to start, and the best part? These brain-boosting activities don't just help with memory. They make life more enjoyable. Learning new things brings excitement. Socializing brings laughter. Movement brings energy. And mindfulness brings peace. You have so much wisdom, experience, and knowledge. Your brain has been working hard for you your whole life. Now, it's time to give it the care and attention it deserves. Now that we've explored these incredible ways to boost brain health, learning new things, staying active, socializing, doing mental exercises, engaging with music, and practicing mindfulness, you might be wondering, where do I start? That's the beauty of it. You don't have to do everything all at once. Small, simple changes can lead to incredible results over time. Think of it like planting a garden. You don't wake up the next day expecting a full bloom, but with patience, consistency, and a little care, you'll see amazing growth. Your brain works the same way. The more you nurture it, the sharper and stronger it becomes. So, let's make this practical. Here's something you can do right now. Pick just one of these activities. Maybe learning a new skill, adding a short walk to your day, calling an old friend, or even playing your favorite song and singing along. Start with one. Let it become a habit. Then, add another. Before you know it, you'll have a routine that not only protects your memory, but also brings more joy, purpose, and fulfillment to your life. And if you ever feel like it's too late, or that memory loss is inevitable, remember this. Your brain is always ready to grow. Studies show that even people in their 80s and 90s can form new neural connections and improve cognitive function with the right habits. It's never too late to invest in your mind. I once heard a story about a man named George who decided to learn a new language at 78. His friends laughed and told him it was pointless, but he stuck with it, practicing a little each day. By the time he turned 80, he was holding conversations in a brand new language. More importantly, he felt sharper, more confident, and full of life. That's the power of a curious, engaged mind. It keeps you young, no matter what the calendar says. So, as you go about your day, I encourage you to think about this. What small step can you take today to keep your brain active and healthy? Maybe it's switching up your routine, doing a crossword puzzle, or simply taking a deep breath and being present in the moment. Every little action adds up, and the benefits will stay with you for years to come. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you do to keep your mind sharp? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love learning from you all. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 60. We have so many exciting topics coming up that you won't want to miss. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, you have so much wisdom, experience, and knowledge to share with the world. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining. Here's to a sharp mind and a vibrant life at any age.